Jai Hind everyone, welcome to the class. Today in this video we are going to understand about the chemical effects of electric current. But before that we need to understand what is that effects of electric current. So to understand this we need to talk about some more effects of it. Already we have done in the previous chapters, okay, but we will check something new about it also along with that. We know that whenever the electric current passing through the conducting wire means any kind of metal we will take. So when the current is passing through a wire, we means that the flow of electrons, suppose that it's like that only, okay, electrons is moving in this direction. So the current will be in opposite direction, just opposite of it, okay, the current will go in opposite of it, okay. So when the electron moves, they can give some amount of energy to the atoms of the wire, which in turn will vibrate faster. Obviously, whenever the atom will receive some energy from the flow of electrons, they will start vibrating and eventually the wires get heated up. This effect is known as heating effect of electric current. What is that, beta? Heating effect of electric current. Okay, this was the first type of effect we have seen due to the electric current. Now another effect is known as magnetic effect. What is that? Magnetic effect that we have seen in the class 7th also, that whenever the electricity passes through a conducting wire, it produces a magnetic field around it. If a constant electric current is passed through a conducting wire, the magnetic field around the wire is given by Biot-Savart's law. This is not our concern right now, but actually we can extract some observation here, that whenever the electricity passes through a conductor, okay, conducting wire, so that time it will create a magnetic field around itself. Now in the same way, when the electricity is passed through an electrolyte, that means already we have seen that what is electrolyte, okay. So we can say the electrolytes as a substance which gives ions when melted, okay, or dissolved into the water, and it obviously gives us iron, it's known as electrolyte, okay. So when the electric current is passed through conducting liquids, okay, that's like sulfuric acid, sodium hydroxide, acidulated water, okay, sodium chloride, etc., etc. So in these type of solution, when the electric current pass through, what will happen? Chemical reactions take place, okay, and due to this maybe some chemical changes will occur, and these type of effect is known as, the third type of effect of electric current is known as chemical effect of electric current. So I hope now you have understood what is the type of effects of electric current and what is actually the chemical effects of electric current. I am repeating once again, when the electricity passes through a conducting liquid such as electrolytes, chemical reaction take place, and this effect is known as the chemical effect of electric current. So now we can write the definition of chemical effect of electric current like that. When an electric current flows through a conducting wire, in solution, chemical reactions take place in the solution. This is called chemical effects of electric current. Okay, now these chemical effect of electric current we can use, okay, by two process. This is first is known as electrolysis and the second is electroplating. Okay, so two processes are there from which we can easily see the changes of the chemically in the solution by the effects of electric current, which is known as electrolysis and electroplating as well. Now we will talk about electrolysis. Electrolysis is defined as a process of decomposing ionic compounds into their elements by passing a direct electric current, that means DC current, through the compound in a fluid form. Fluid means in a molten form only. The cations are reduced at cathode and anions are oxidized at anode. Here a simple figure is given there where you can see two electrodes. These type of rod are known as what? Electrodes. Okay, where the positive electrode is known as anode. Okay, and the negative electrode is known as cathode. Okay, so I hope you understood that these both anode and cathode, they both are known as electrodes. Okay, but when it's come to the positive side, positive electrode, it is known as the anode. Otherwise, if it is a negative one, it's known as the cathode. So since we all know that the negative charges and positive charges together, they are unlike charges and they will attract each other. So obviously after decomposing of any substance over there, okay, suppose that you have acidulated water or any kind of salt solution. Okay, you have a salt solution where the H2O is added with the NaCl. Okay, so here in the water we have two types of ion get bifurcated here, just like Na plus and Cl minus over there. Okay, so these Na plus, okay, so this will get attracted by the negative one, so obviously the Na will go at the cathode side. Okay, Na will go at the cathode side because they are positive ones, and obviously the anode, which is positive electrode, will attract the negative ions. Who is the negative ion here? The Cl minus. So Cl minus will go to the anode side. So this is how the electrolysis has done. This type of vessel is actually known as electrolytic cell. Electrolytic cell. Okay, this type of vessel is known as electrolytic cell. Otherwise, this whole process, the decomposition of any electrolyte over there, any electrolyte solution, okay, is known as the electrolysis, where the substance that you have dissolved into the water, this will divide into two atoms, cation and anion. Since cation we know is a positive one is cation and the negative one is called anion. Okay, so at cation and anion they will get bifurcated and then they deposited on the respective electrodes. Okay, so if it's a positive electrode means cathode, they will attract the negative one. Okay, or if it is the anode, which is positive one, it will attract the negative one over there. Okay, so like that the electrolysis has been done. I hope it's clear to everyone. Now we will talk about the electroplating. So let us first understand that what is electroplating is. Electroplating is a process where a layer of metal is deposited on the another material with the help of electricity. So based on the application, the right electrodes and electrolytes must be chosen. because we are actually doing what? A layer of superior, object or superior metal will actually impose or deposit on the cheaper metal. Okay, that is the main thing we have to do here. So we need to choose the right electrodes and electrolytes respectively. Suppose that for depositing gold over a material, then an electrolyte containing gold must be chosen. Out of the two electrodes, means two electrodes we have, one is a cathode, one is a anode. Okay, so here if you talk about the gold electroplating, so out of the two electrodes, one electrode should be the gold and one other electrode needs to be material on which gold is coated. Now suppose that here we have taken example for a brass electrode, okay, where is actually the copper need to be overplayed. Okay, that we have to do here. The electroplating of copper we need to talk about. So while coating copper over the brass, you need copper electrode and a brass electrode and any solution that contains copper in, such as copper sulfate solution. Right now in this figure we have the copper electrodes, Cu electrode, okay, and here is a brass electrode where the copper is being deposited, okay, after the chemical reaction. Okay, this is the brass electrode. Okay, and similarly we have taken the solution as a copper sulfate, CuSO4, okay, which contain copper also. You can take another type of solution also, but that should contain at least the copper ions. Okay, so the copper electrode is made anode. Okay, the copper will be our anode because the positive one. Okay, and the brass automatic will be our cathode side. Okay, and the brass electrode is made of cathode. When current is passed through the copper sulfate solution, it breaks down into ions. That means the CuSO4 will break down into the ions just like Cu2 plus SO4 2 minus. That means positive and then negative ions. It will going to be break. Okay, so it breaks down two ions, the copper ions with a positive charge, okay, that will be get attracted by the electrode of brass. Okay, because we know the brass is what? Is a cathode one, and cathode is always negative. Okay, so negative will attract what? The positive ones. Okay, so who is the positive here? The copper ions. Okay, so from the copper electrode, the copper ion will leave over there and it get deposited to the negative electrode, which is the brass electrode. So on the brass one, okay, on the brass electrode, the copper ions will get deposited and hence we get a layer of copper on the brass electrodes. Okay, similarly the negative ions just like SO4 2 minus ions will get attracted by the copper electrode, which is a positive one. Okay, so here we can check about that the sulfur ions with the negative charges get attracted toward the copper electrode. The amount of time taken for this completion of the process depend upon the strength of the current being passed through it, because we have applied a battery and it's depend upon how much strength of the battery you have taken, so that current will pass through it. Okay, so the strength of the current is very high, so obviously it will this time taken by this this whole proper process, it will be less over there. Okay, and also it is depend upon the concentration of the solution. So this is how we can do the electroplating of copper, okay, onto the brass electrodes. I hope this is clear to all of you, the process of electroplating. Now we will check out the definition and the application of the both type of chemical effects of electric current. So first, electrolysis. Definition is given there. Electrolysis is defined as a process of decomposing ionic compounds into their elements by passing a DC direct current through the compound in fluids, means in the molten form. Okay, now it's the application of the electrolysis. First, the metallurgy of alkali and alkaline earth metals. Second, manufacture of pure gases. And third, the purification of metals. The next is electroplating. First, the definition is given. The electroplating is a process where a layer of metal which is superior is deposited on another material which is a cheaper with the help of electricity. Example already we have taken with the process over there, okay, and a diagram also given for electroplating of copper on a brass or any kind of steel material. So following reaction will take place at cathode and anode. When we talk about a cathode, it's the negative side. So obviously the copper ions from the solution will get deposited on the metal, okay, that means on the brass metal, okay. Now the next is at the anode. Anode, that is the positive side, from where the Cu metals will actually break out into the Cu ions, okay, just due to the copper sulfate solution, okay, and there's the electrolysis over there, okay, and then electroplated on the brass sulfate, okay. Next is the application. Application of the electroplating is the same, just like for decoration purpose, okay, we can do any kind of chromating or any kind of other superior metal we can deposit over the cheaper metal for decoration purpose. Second is for preventing corrosion, okay. Third, for making imitation jewelry, just like we have taken example of a gold one, okay, if you put a gold type of deposition over a very cheaper metal, it's look like that but it's not a gold one, okay. So this imitation jewelry also we can make for the electroplating only.